wah, ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah. Why do fools fall in love? Welcome to Constant Motion. This is your girl Tori, and we are talking supplements. And I'm eating a watermelon for breakfast. And the video today is called Supplements 101, to be or not to be. And so in the video, I do show you some supplements in the thumbnail. I have D-mannose and I have cranberry. Now, those are for UTI benefits and a maintenance of your UTI. And so that is what the purpose of those supplements are. Now, you can always drink, cranberry juice that is raw. That's always an option. You can always, go on a fast, drink lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, all the DIYs of normal routinely keeping your urinary tract health intact. However, if you are interested in alternatives outside of just what comes from the earth, it's still out there for you. It's okay to have a thing or two outside of the ground. It's okay. So I do take vitamins, I do take supplements, but the number one supplement and vitamin, hey Millie, the number one supplement and vitamin that I know that actually is most common and most popular amongst the raw and even the vegan community. And I am not necessarily 100% raw because I eat things like hummus. Okay, so that's one reason why I can't say I'm 100% raw. I'm not a legalist, I'm a non legalist raw proclaimer. But I know there are a lot of people who are raw at the level where they would say 100%, which I don't really think anyone's 100% raw because at the end of the day, well, maybe there is someone, sorry. But there are so many of us that do have certain little things that are not raw, like pickles. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not 100% raw, so that's that. But I want to say that I do take the D-mannose and the cranberry supplements, but the most highest rated supplement that I know is taken by the raw community, the vegan community, is B12. Now, I would think that a supplement would still make you raw, to be honest, because it's not, it's really is a dehydrated substance. I'm not sure if they're batch cooking this stuff and then dehydrating it, but I'm assuming it's dehydrated from its natural state. What's up, Sigma Boy? It's usually dehydrated, I think. Don't have any research to back it up, but you do the research, you do the homework, let me know. But basically, dehydrated substances plus maybe a few other things derived from this or that creates a supplement. Now, in my opinion, I'm not uh, getting anything out of it by just avoiding all supplements. I avoid certain other things. I avoid antibiotics. I avoid certain other things like that of that nature. But these things are derived from a natural source, so I feel okay with it. And anyway, but a lot of vegans, they do prescribe to B12. I haven't had to take any B12 in my whole 54 days of being in this raw journey. Not any. So enjoying a watermelon, you guys. This is my day 54 raw, and I'm excited about it. But anyway, I haven't had to do any B12. I know it's kind of early because, people sometimes cannot even need B12 for almost a year of their journey. But for me, I am on day 54, and I'm okay. And I'm only taking the D-mannose and cranberry right now because I want to maintain my UTI health. And I believe it was because I had ate. I'm not sure, but I feel like my UTI was aggravated, so I want to like give it some support. Now, other vitamins that I have here is magnesium citrate, and I know that this is not the popular one to take for absorption. The popular one to take for absorption is going to be magnesium glycinate. Now, the magnesium citrate I research is still very effective for the for the absorption of the vitamin D. Now, I also researched that vitamin D can be taken from the sun, as we know, with this supplement. So if you take this supplement and bathe in the sun, that increases the absorption of the vitamin D by taking magnesium. The magnesium glycinate is a mixture. What's up, EJ the best? Magnesium glycinate. This is citrate or citrate, right? But you can also take this or magnesium glycinate to increase the absorption of vitamin D. Now, when you do that, you can just usually bathe in the sun to get that vitamin D. It's perfectly fine. And outside of that, you're able to take the magnesium. Now, the magnesium citrate will produce a more laxative effect in your system, which is not, ideal. But maybe you're a little clogged. Hey, take the citrate. I chose the citrate without researching the glycinate. I will get glycinate next time. The glycinate includes it was amino acids and glycine. That's the compound in the glycinate. The citrate is vitamin C and magnesium. So they both have a different compound, but they both help absorb vitamin D just the same, or at least at a pretty similar level. You just aren't going to have a laxative effect with the glycinate. I haven't had any laxative effects while taking magnesium. I have not taken magnesium every single day. I've only taken magnesium so many times. Someone here says, Roll P says, I like to absorb Hot Pockets. Okay, Hot Pockets, they go hard from like elementary, middle school. Yes. All right. So for me, I just know that I'm okay with supplements. I think they're fine. But like I said, I have not had to take any B12, which is a very popular supplement for the vitamins of vegans and raw eater, fruitarians, people who do not eat meat, even vegetarians perhaps, because vitamin D derives from meat. It's very hard to get a plant-based food that actually will allow you to absorb the vitamin D. It's I'm sorry, vitamin B12. I'm sorry, the vitamin B12. So you need to have the vitamin. No. Some people believe you need to have the vitamin B12 in order to have vitamin B12 in your body, and that's because it comes from the animal sources. Now, I haven't had any issue with B12 whatsoever. So for me, I'm good. But if I find that I have an issue with B12, I don't have a problem with taking the supplement. I really don't. But at the same time, I am not 1000% raw. I eat hummus probably 3 or 4 times a month. So I don't have a problem with anything of the sort. As far as I'm not a legalist. I am not a legalist. Hey, 313 TJ, you like pizza rolls? Okay. I remember the stuffed cheese pizza at Pizza Hut back in the day. That was pretty good. I'm not against, anyone's choice and way of eating. I'm on a journey to get myself where I feel I'm supposed to be right now, and it does require certain disciplines, and that's where I'm at, and that's just simple and plain. Everybody's not going to be doing the same thing. And so anyways, the other thing is, I wanted to say I'm actually happy not to be 1000% raw, because you do develop sensitivities in your body as you abstain from certain things that you used to eat. And so it's a good thing, but then it also makes you a little sensitive to the everyday mundane things that you may come across, because your system is so clean, which I want it to be so clean, but you have to balance. You have to play the balance game. Everything is not about perfection, but it's about doing it to the best that's going to actually benefit you. So when I think about, having that little bit of hummus, or having my pickles, which are heat processed, or when I think about having things, that's really all I can say I truly am eating that's outside of raw. And I think to myself, good that I'm giving my stomach some variation, good, giving me some resilience of the other kind. There is benefits from diversity of other foods that are not just raw. And I'm not saying that, you know, there's something wrong with raw. Raw is terrific. I believe that I want to be as raw as possible, and I believe that I'm okay with the non-legal approach, you know. And another thing is, I will one day eat meat again, and I will enjoy it. I will one day enjoy myself some grass-fed chicken on a farm that I can trust. I will one day have it, or beef, or whatever the case may be. But today, we are eating plant-based from the ground. And supplements are okay if you ask me. They are okay, you know, because for me, if you're healing from something very detrimental and you have a mentor, or you're in some sort of program where they're leading you to not do something, and you're choosing to take that on as your influence in life, and I say, hey, you listen to that mentor because that's your decision. But as far as the everyday person who's cleansing their system, just changing how they eat, using discipline because they want the benefit of discipline in their life, then I would say feel free to take your supplements. I do. And I don't take them because like I say, I don't take B12. I'm literally taking magnesium, not even every day, but sometimes. And I'm literally taking my cranberry, my D-mannose. I also have a few other supplements here. I have zinc. I'll take zinc once a day, but not every day. I'll take it sometime. I'll take vitamin C. That's something I take sometimes, not every single day. And in here, I have my burdock, my Irish moss, my milk thistle. Okay? I put those supplements, I put them into a thermos, and I add myself a little bit of this packet here. This is by True Lemon. I add some of this so that it has a sweetening taste. This is with stevia and 1 gram of sugar. I'm okay with that. And I shake my bottle up and I drink my supplements, and they are delicious and very, very, very healing. And so I feel good about it. I just wanted to give you my 2 cents on how I feel about supplements. And, it's not that big of a deal. I don't want to be cultish or cultic like with this journey. I'm not interested in that. I want to be free. I'm going to begin to eat my watermelon now on live for about a few minutes, see how it goes. I wish I had a spoon. I have this fork. That's good. Let me see. People are just bouncing in and bouncing out. There's nothing wrong with even eating, I would say, a regular, homemade hamburger with grass-fed beef. There ain't nothing wrong with having chicken and a sweet potato and some vegetables for dinner. Nothing. It's up to you to do what you think is best for your health. I'm open if you want to do what you want to do. I feel led right now to eat whole food plant-based. Raw. This is breakfast. It's a juicy. I really want to get a dehydrator. That would be so cool. I'm on the road right now. And I just want to pop in, let y'all know I'm still doing this thing. Talk about supplements. Leave some comments with your experience with supplements. I want to know. I'm open to education. Okay? Let's talk down below in the community. I've been wanting watermelon for like 2 weeks. I don't know what took me so long to get some more watermelon. I was eating watermelon every day. Watermelon helps flush your urinary tract. And so I don't know why I haven't been eating this daily. My urinary tract has been yelling at me like having a tantrum. I gotta go grab me a big metal spoon just to eat melon. That's what I'm gonna do today, amongst other things. I'm going to the beach today. I might jump on live while I'm at the beach. I am going to the beachy today. What I should have did is cut the melon in slices while I had my knife out, so I could at least have had like a much better situation. But a spoon would do me just fine. Would do me like excellently, a spoon. It is some good watermelon. It's so juicy. In a good way. That's good juice. I know y'all been seeing those videos with the watermelon just exploding full of juice and juicy guts and grossness. This one is not that. This one is actually really good. And this is my breakfast that I really need to eat. And I would like to try to eat a melon a day. I found a spot where I can get 2 little melons for $5, and that's what I'm going to start doing. It all adds up because I like to eat greens. The 1 pound box of greens, the organic ones, buy like spring mix or power greens, whatever. If all I bought was the box of greens plus 2 melons, that's already $10 a day, easily. That's $300 a month to eat watermelon and greens every day. Is $300 a month. That's on the road or at home. $300 a month. And it's worth it. Of course, you got to keep certain ingredients that you buy maybe like once a month, like olive oil, your seeds, like your ginger, your pepper, your sea salt, stuff like that. You can buy that stuff, but it's more like every now and then. But your food needs to be bought daily. Right now, I have apples and bananas available to eat, and my apples should last me for another, I don't know, 3 days probably. The melon, I probably won't eat the other melon until another couple of days. I've been craving fruit. I've been craving foods to make me feel full and satisfied. And I'm working my hardest to reduce the fat. That's where I'm at right now. I'm on a fat reduction quest when it comes to how I eat and what I eat. It's very important that one thing Doug Graham said, and I don't agree with every single thing anybody says, and I'm not an idolater. I don't worship people, but I do appreciate information that is good. So one good thing that Doug Graham said is that when he was learning how to eat better, because he said he didn't just, whoop, I'm doing the perfect raw life, no, he tried and errored that thing pretty much like everybody else, and definitely like myself. I'm in the middle of a lot of trial and error myself to find the perfect place to sit and live your life. He said, every time he would, have a day eating this, eating that, the solution he gave himself was more fruit. He would say more fruit. More fruit. That's what Doug Graham said he would have to say. So like I said, I have apples, I have bananas, and I have watermelon right now in my vehicle. I am traveling. This is a travel situation. And I have apples, I have watermelon, and I have banana. Those are all very car-friendly foods, especially if you eat the bananas in a timely manner, obviously, but totally car-friendly. So, when I heard the video, eat more fruit, that's what made me buy the melon yesterday and the apples, because all I had was bananas at first. Eat more fruit, eat more fruit. That's a true statement. Because the more you eat, the less you're hungry. But you have to eat the right foods. And I also have just started to realize when I eat too much fat, or even after eating a kind of a high fat meal full of seeds or too much oil, I feel tired. And I think his name was Savishi, but he's like 90 something years old. I'm sorry, I don't know his name right now. I'll do better with that for this decency's sake, but he's very, very, very like a 60-year vegan or something, 60-year raw vegan. And he talks about whenever he eats too many seeds, he said, I can't believe you can get up after that. And I recently, in the last week, prior to starting my lower fat, felt what he's talking about. When you eat too many seeds, eat too much fat, you feel heavy. And I just haven't really noticed that that was the case. And then I realized, oh my God, these seeds and this oil is not giving me the light, joyful feeling that I know I should be able to have because I'm eating too heavily. This melon is not going to make me feel that way. Yes, apples and bananas are good. Sean, they're really good. Okay. So I'm really happy that I inwardly took the advice of Doug Graham. I took the advice to eat more fruit. I heard him. It resonated as a good decision to do. I'm not going to eat more seeds. I'm not going to eat more freaking oil so I can feel more satisfied. That's not going to be the solution. I have to eat more fruit. And I already eat a pound of greens a day for the most part. I will buy the 1 pound greens and I'm eating that probably in 2 different portions of the day. You know, Sometimes there was a time where I went to the park and I ate the whole thing after like 2 hours of sitting down. That's fine. But I'm saying that's the only amount of greens I'm going to eat for the day. A pound. And if I want more, I can have more. There's only like literally 60 or 70. I think there's like 60 grams of calories in a pound of greens, I believe it is. So if I want to have 4 pounds of greens a day, I'm going to do it. Greens keep you regular, by the way. I'm under this tree and there's little flies bothering me. It's all good. I love nature. And it comes with little bugs sometimes, little lizards, little flies, little beetles, but ladybugs, butterflies, they all come around. I would love to go somewhere and see more of that. That would be awesome. I would love to go somewhere where the trees grow wild, full of produce that I can pick myself and eat and just sit down, tend to the yard, Not all this hustle and bustle. I really wish to have a life where it was just about eating to live and, keeping it simple. Keeping it real simple. Having ambition to do certain things in life is very needed and it's for certain people to live out. But not everybody is going to live their life with the aspirations that we need. We do need people with aspirations. We need doctors, we need lawyers, we need teachers, we need firemen. So I'm not suggesting that people lose hope in those things. But some people also are designed to actually just enjoy their life. And I'm sorry, and I don't want to say it like that because there's some really successful people that love what they do with a deep passion. So we're not saying like people shouldn't be happy. I want people to be happy. I'm just saying my thought of happiness is literally going to a place where I can just grow the food and have a very tranquil environment around me and not worry about furthering my education the traditional way. But I love to learn. I love to learn. I'm always learning. But I'm not needing a college degree to be able to say I've learned something. That's just not the way of the world anymore. You can learn on your own, and I do. But I also enjoy, I have been obese my whole life. So it's like I've lost weight many different times. But I really want to go beyond the goal of just weight loss. I want to tap into what it means to live healthy. I want to tap into what it means to take care of myself, my body, my mind, my spirit. I want to tap into what is like almost, untouchable. You have to fight to get into the place of self-care in this world. People want you to work till you're dead in this world, and people want you to do things that cause you immense amount of mental stress. You have to fight for the environment you want. You have to fight for the place you want to live. You have to fight for the food you want to eat. You have to fight for everything that you actually want, because there's somebody somewhere opposing you, and you just can't let them. You got to fight yourself, because you want to have that, onion ring. You want to have that, whatever you like to eat. You want to have that. Me, in my case, it's like peach cobbler. In my case, it's like, sweet things. And I'm not even craving sweet things right now, at this moment. But that's the things that I had to fight. Some people in your family, they may not agree with how you're eating. And that's okay. Let them know that you're better off eating the way you're eating than eating fried chicken and French fries. And say, I thank you for your concern. And if it gets really distasteful, then just say, I'll talk to you later. Go about your life, because you can't change everybody's mind. And sometimes people just want you to do what they say you should do, and sometimes people don't get the lesson that that's not appropriate. Because I'm 37, so I'm at an age where it's very inappropriate. And I say that because some of you guys might be maybe not quite my age. You could be younger than me. You could be where your parent has more say-so in your life. And not that your parent ever loses their say-so, because for as long as you have parents, they're going to give you their input, and that's a good thing. But they don't have the right to run your life. Just because they're giving you input does not equal, okay, I have to do what they have said. It means that you listen and you decide what's best for yourself as an adult forward. But if you're not an adult yet, you should listen to your parents 100%, because they are that position. But when you're an adult, you take yourself down your own path, and you seek the Lord for guidance, because he's going to be the one that directs your path. He's the one that you submit to ultimately. And it's always good to be respectful to your family and members. I'm just saying, do what you know you have to do. Don't just appease people because you feel like that's what's best, because that's not that's not what's best. Because what will happen is you'll do what they said to do, and then look up and you're not where you want to be. And it could be because of their advice, it could be for another reason, but you'll never know, because you just followed what someone else told you to do. And they mean well. It's not that these people don't mean well. It's just, it's not for them to do, apparently. It's not for them to do. And what's even worse is once you listen to the advice, next thing you know, they're telling you that they're on a health journey where they're not eating meat. So you feel derailed and you feel conned. This has happened to somebody where you've been given advice, you take it, next thing you know, that person is doing exactly what they told you not to do. You're like, whoa. So if you ever experience one of those, do not at all ever listen to those people, because those people have an issue with envy and jealousy, whether they know it or not. I got a few people in the room. I'm on day 54 Raw. It's going good, really good. Double tap your screen if you guys are enjoying the content. Mm, just eating my breakfast. I'm about to go to the beach right now. I'm eating a liquid melon. Also, I'm gonna buy a big spoon today because I'm eating it with this fork, which sucks. And the video topic today was about vitamins or supplements. Yeah, because people get so caught up being argumentative and picky about mundane rules, and unless you're really on a protocol to really heal a certain thing, excuse me, unless you're on a protocol to really heal a certain thing, you're not in need to limit yourself in any way at all as far as supplements are concerned. And I'm not a professional, I'm not a nutritionist, so if you have someone that tells you you shouldn't and you should, and you trust that person, then obviously. But if you're just trying to get yourself off the fast food, I had a call come in, my bad. If you're just trying to get yourself off the fast food, then just go ahead and get off the fast food, get some fresh produce, drink you some water, and definitely, if you want, have a supplement, basically. Basically, it's okay. And it's the long game that's going to get you there. It's the long game that's going to get you to where you want to be. It's not what you can do in 3 months. It's not what you can do in 30 days. It's not what you can do in 14 days, 21 days, 7 days, 3 days. It's what you can do in 5 years. It's what you can do in 10 years. It's what you're doing 20 years from now. That is the long game. That is the true success. If you really can change your life. That's where the success lies. It's not in any of these preliminary points. I'm at a very much preliminary moment. 54 days is preliminary as heck. There's 365 days a year. That's just the tip of the iceberg. 360, that's 1 year. That's nothing. To be raw for 1 year, it means nothing. And it's not that I need to be raw for 5 years. I'm talking about lifestyle change. I might be eating chicken in year 3. That's not the point. The point is having discipline in your diet that gives you a healthy outcome. We know what we should not be eating. Food has become a god to most of us here in the West. It was a god, and it kind of is still trying to be a god right now. That's why I have had a hard time getting off the fats and the oils, because I want to enjoy my food immensely when I should be looking for nutritional value for longevity. That should be what I'm looking for, not just simply, oh, this tastes so good. Like, that is a spirit of gluttony. Hello, gluttony. When I was a kid, God bless everybody in church, because I believe in God, first of all. But I'm saying, as a child, we used to go to church every Sunday. We did Bible study, probably on Wednesday or something. We were 2-timers, even sometime morning and evening service on Sunday. We were at church a lot as kids. But on those Sundays, never failed, we went to the buffet every Sunday. And that is a church routine. And when you go to church and you eat like that, one thing we do and do continuously is entertain the spirit of gluttony. Now, I'm not going to say I got this way from being a church girl, because I certainly was a church girl growing up. But when you start changing your life for the long run, you decide how you're going to eat. You don't sit there and glorify excessive amounts of bad foods. Now, if I ate a pound of Patti LaBelle peach cobbler, as delicious as it is, I would feel sick. I would feel disgusting. But if I eat a pound of spring mix, I feel great. I feel nutritionally sound. My body is vibrating in the most healthy, positive way. and I feel like I can go for a walk after eating a pound of greens. So what you eat matters. And even though it's a pound of this, a pound of that, it matters. There's 60 freaking calories in a pound of greens. If you eat a pound of cauliflower, you're probably eating like 1,200, 1,500, 2,000 calories probably, or more in a pound of peach cobbler. Probably 3,000. I mean, seriously. So there's a time where I eat a whole Patti LaBelle peach cobbler in a day. There was a time. So that's where I'm coming from. I'm coming from those sides of the woods, that part of town of abusive food. Okay? So when I tell you that we need to cast out the spirit of gluttony, that's what we need to do. That's what I'm working on. That's my personal focus. Maybe you don't have that problem. Maybe you've always eaten, appropriately and with good sense. And I'm not saying we all have the same problem. I'm just telling you about me. So, there's some people I've watched that enjoy nice big salads, low fat salads. You still have fat there. The goal is to have low fat, right? Now, let's go back in time. Let me finish my thought first. So, they'll have a nice big salad, right? And a nice big platter of fruit, or maybe eat like 3 or 4 apples or something like that, or eat maybe 3 or 4 bananas. And then their salad will have some seeds, under 10%. And really, let's just call it a spade, having one serving. I'm in my car. There's some big truck passing by. So, like a one serving of seeds is 28 grams, 1/4 a cup, 1 ounce. That is a serving of seeds, and that is fine. That's about 160 calories, depending on what seeds you're choosing to eat. Now, almonds are the most highest caloric and I believe fat as well, nut that I could think of. Even though they're the best for low carb, we're not low carbing, so let's not think that way. My point I'm making to you is have the serving size seed or nut, and let that serving size be what you eat for the day. That's what I'm trying to do. It is hard to do that because it's like, in my mind, for me to make that possible, I have to have my salad, which is the 16 ounces, which is the 1 pound salad, and I have to put all my nuts on that one salad or seeds. And sometimes I want to have a salad earlier in the day, so that means I have to put half the amount of seeds now and half the amount later. And in addition to that fat content I allow myself to have, the serving size, the 28 grams to 1/4 cup to 1 ounce of seeds, I also want to still have my extra virgin olive oil so that I can eat the salad. And because right now I'm not blending my dressing, I'm just using oil and lemon juice, and that's what I'm doing now. And so for me, it's hard because even the oil contains the fat and the calories, and I'm not doing it as good as I could be doing it in general because of that. But I'm still doing a lot better. Just watch some of my older videos and you'll see that I use way more than 1/4 a cup, which is, I think it's 4 tablespoons is, I believe, what that equals out to be. 4 tablespoons. So really, each of my servings of salad, presuming I'll have 2 salads, so that's 16 ounce into 2 different servings. That's only 2 tablespoons, which is really not bad. But that's what I have to do. There was a time years ago when I was low carbing where I would buy like this one standard size bag of seeds, and I would put that seed bag on my table and eat from it for like the whole week. Not because I was disciplined, but because your girl was broke. And this is years and years ago, I'm still having financial hardship, so believe me, it gets hard out here. But I mean, I was so broke though at that time, like extremely, without the resources, out the know-how, and just needed this to last. And I was determined to eat low carb at that time. And I know how to make things stretch. It's a decision. It is a decision. And so Going back though, hopefully I don't forget my thought. Um, there was a time when I was low carbon, and I also was doing the starch solution. And this is during the time when I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. I'll begin sharing that story when I get a couple more people in the room. I want to go over how vitamins such as B12, I can recall a time from the past because I don't take B12 now. I take other supplements, but not B12. I haven't had the need to take B12. But there was a time in the past when I did take B12, and that was back when I was losing my 100 pounds in 6 months. I'm gonna wait for a couple people to get in here. I'm gonna eat my watermelon up. Alright, so I'm gonna tell a story. Because somebody somewhere will read this, will hear this, and be like, okay. So, like, listen. There was a time when I was on my journey to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. Okay. For the first 3 months, what I had did was low carbing, plenty of fish, plenty of chicken, plenty of beef, stuff like that, vegetables, no carbs. I'm pretty sure I stay under 20 carbs, like I usually know to do. And then I lost 50 pounds in 90 days. Then my next 3 months, I said, let me try Dr. McDougall, rest in peace. Let me try his starch solution, which is a low-fat approach to eating starch, primarily potatoes and vegetables, cooked. I did that for 90 days, and with the help of fasting, I lost 50 pounds in 90 days. Let me make it clear. If I did not fast, I would have not lost no more than 30 pounds. But I fasted, realizing the weight was coming off, and that is the reason why I successfully did lose 50 pounds. So all in all, I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. 50% with low carb, 50% polar opposite with the starch solution, plus fasting, a high level of fasting. Starch solution yields about 10 pounds a month weight loss. Okay, so the fasting let me lose 20 extra pounds. While on the starch solution, I experienced extreme fatigue. And I was like wondering why. That's when I learned about B12. This is about, I guess, 4 years ago now. That's when I learned about B12. And I took my first B12 and my energy popped back up. And I wonder if my body was in shock because I just got off a low carb diet, which gives me plenty of B12 and excess and overload to complete depletion. I don't know how that works. I should have had some in my reservoir. I'm not sure. But what I do know is I completely felt depleted until I took that real B12 and vitamin. And so, I took that for probably a couple months, a few months. I think I had to reorder a bottle, so I went through a bottle or two. And basically, that was about 4 years ago. I haven't taken B12 since then. I went on a raw, small stint about 2 years back, and I was more so juicing for about, I would say, 2 or 3 months. I'm not sure at this point. It really wasn't, I didn't document that one. Maybe it was for 2 months. It might have been 30 days. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But I didn't need B12 then either. You know, but if you do need B12, like most vegans, raw food is made to say that they need, and those who are on the starch solution and on just kind of whole food, plant-based, no meat, B12 is derived from meat. If you're not eating meat, you may feel a lack of energy, and neurological nerve function might become a little less active and depreciate, according to what the science tells us. So a lot of people do lean on B12 supplements. I haven't this time, but I'm not against it. And I say do what you think is best for you, as I'm doing for me. And let's talk about this in the community below. It's been 46 minutes chilling with y'all. It has been great. I started my live singing Frankie Lyman. I still have a little melon to go here. Oops. And a lot of juice to drink. It's been great. I enjoyed talking to you guys today. I gotta go to the beach. And I'm trying to clear my watermelon out my mouth. I want to sing out. Hang on. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna sing out. Ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah. Why do fools fall in love? Why do birds sing so gay? Da 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 da. Why do they fall in love? You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. May the Lord bless you richly. This is Tori with Constant Motion. Peace.